Hello, children. Good morning. We're going to start the last chapter prescribed for this year. So, it's chapter number 7 in Vistas, Evans Tries and Olev, written by very famous crime writer Colin Dexter. The story Evans Tries and O-Level, written by Colin Dexter, is a very interesting story. It depicts how a prisoner, whose name is James Evans, befools all the officers of the prison to escape under a well laid out plan. Despite the best efforts of the prison authorities, Evans is able to escape. In this battle of wits between him and the prison authorities, it's a Evans who has the last laugh. It's a Evans who has been successful. So this story talks about a criminal, Evans, who is known as a prison breaker. The prison officials are making huge efforts to keep Evans in prison, but he eventually escapes successfully. Though he outwits the officials, they marvel at his ingenuity and wisdom. We are going to start the detailed study of this chapter, Evans Tries and O-Level. So what is the title? Evans Tries and O-Level. And this is the chapter number 7 in the non-detailed textbook Vistas. Now what is O-Level? Ordinary level examination, which you can consider equivalent to diploma examination, diploma in German language. So Evans tries, he appears for the German language O-level examination. So that is what is the title. Evans tries an O-level. And when he comes with an excuse of study of German language O-level, when he comes with this excuse, he is able to escape from the prison. So you can see him behind the bar. Beautiful picture is there. And there, what does this picture symbolize? It tells us about a prisoner, a criminal who is behind the bars. And he is able to escape from the prison. And how cleverly, how he outsmarts the prison officials, the police officials. The story is dealing with that. And who is the writer? Colin Dexter, very famous crime story writer, Colin Dexter. Now, before you read, there is a question which is asked to us. Should criminals in prison be given the opportunity of learning and education? So this is for you to think over whether the criminals who are there in prison should be given the opportunity of learning and education. You may differ in your opinion, but yes, they should be given opportunity of learning. They should reform themselves. Probably this education would bring about a great change in them, and this would help them to reform themselves. Now let's go to the characters now. Dramatis personae. This is a Latin phrase, dramatis personae. It means characters in the drama, or here characters in the story. So dramatis personae, those were the personae, characters. So characters in the drama. So it is in the, though it's a story, it's actually like a drama. So that's why dramatis personae. Now here the secretary of the examinations board. Now we have CBSE board, then Karnataka State PU board. So likewise, here is the secretary of the examinations board. Then we have the governor, like here in India we have jail superintendent of HM Prison Oxford. So the governor here is jail superintendent of the prison. Then the central character is of a prisoner. And who is he? He is James Roderick Evans. James Evans. So he's the whole story is revolving around him. He is the protagonist, James Evans. Then we have two prison officers. The senior prison officer is Mr. Jackson. And the new recruit, who is also recruited as prison officer, very enthusiastic, Mr. Stephens. So Mr. Jackson and Mr. Stephens are the prison officers. And a very important character next is a Reverend S. McLeary. Now Reverend is a title that is given usually to the priests. So Reverend S. McLeary, who is an invigilator who supervises when the exam is conducted of Evans. So Reverend S. McLeary, and it's a very important character because in the guise of McLeary, Evans is able to escape. Then we have Detective Superintendent, and what is his name? Mr. Carter, and there is a Chief Inspector, Detective Chief Inspector, Mr. Bell. These are minor characters. Read and find out. So before we read, there are two questions that have been asked, and you have to find out about person called Evans. What kind of person was Evans? So you have to understand this person. You have to write a character sketch of this person. You have to tell about this person. Describe Evans, the break, Evans, who is the protagonist of this story. So what kind of a person was Evans? So we can discuss about this question once we read this story. So here it tells about the personality of Evans. So character sketch of Evans. And second question is, what were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of the examination? Now Evans is going to try for O-level German examination. So what were the precautions? So we can take up this question later in the course of reading of this chapter. So we'll take up this question. So what were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of the examinations? So think over these questions so that once you have this questioning attitude in mind, then definitely understanding will be better. All precautions have been taken. So they have taken all care. So all precautions have been taken to see to it that the O level, that is ordinary level German examination arranged in the prison for Evans does not provide him with any means of escape. Now Evans is going to appear for O level German examination. But the prison officials are worried that Evans may escape from the prison. So therefore they have taken up all care, they have taken up all precautions so that he would not escape from the prison. So it was in early March when the secretary of the examination board received the call from Oxford prison. So in the month of March, the secretary of the examinations board, the secretary has received a call from where? From the prison. It's a slightly unusual request. So it was a quite strange request, but I don't see why we shouldn't try to help. But yes, you can help us. Just the one fellow you say? So only one person who is a prisoner, he is going to appear for the examination. He would like to appear for the examination. So there was a request from the prison officials to the secretary of the examination board for the conduct of O-level German examination. That's it, chap called Evans. So there is a person who is going to appear and only one person. So here the governor, superintendent of the jail, of the prison, he confirms that there is only one person. And what is his name? Evans. And he has been attending night classes for O-level German subject since September. So last nearly 6 to 7 months he has been attending the classes. Says he's dead keen, so he's very much interested to get some sort of academic qualification. So it's equivalent to diploma, O level. So therefore he is very much keen, is very much interested to get some kind of academic educational qualification. Is he any good? He's good. How's he? Whether he has got any criminal background, how's he? Is he really good in German language? He was the only one in the class. So you can say he has had individual tuition all the time. Really. Would have cost him a packet if he had been outside. So it would have definitely cost him a lot. It would have cost him a lot of money if he would have remained outside to have individual tuition. Well, let's give him a chance. So let's give him an opportunity. No problem. That's jolly kind of you. That's nice. That's a good one. What exactly is the procedure now? Oh, don't worry about that. So now he inquires what is the procedure. So he also agrees to that. I'll be sending you all the forms and stuff. So I'll send you what all forms you have to fill. Pro forma to be filled. What's his name? You say Evans. James Roderick Evans. So we are introduced to the character, the central character who is going to try O-level examination. James Roderick Evans. It sounded rather grand. Just one thing, Governor. So now we understand what kind of a person is he. He is not a violent sort of fellow. We have understood now. He is not violent. I don't want to know his criminal record or anything like that. But no, there is no record of violence. So he wants to know. There is no record of violence. Quite a pleasant sort of chap. So no record of violence. Is a very jovial person, a pleasant person. Bit of a card. Now what does bit of a card mean? So a person who is very witty. A little bit different kind of person. Eccentric person. A little bit strange person. One of the stars at the Christmas concert. So he's a center of attraction during the concerts, during the musical programs. Imitations, he's very good at imitations. So we are introduced to the character of James Evans. So he doesn't have he's not a violent person, very pleasant, very jovial, bit of a card. That means he is a very witty person, bit strange, and he is center of attraction during the Christmas concerts. He's very good at imitations, mimicry. Mike, Youd stuff. No, he's just a congenital kleptomaniac. So congenital, inborn. So natural, very inherited quality he has got. And kleptomaniac, so a habit of stealing the things. That's all. The governor was tempted to add something else, but he thought better of it. He would look after that particular side of things himself. So we are introduced to the character of Evans, who was not violent, very jovial, pleasant sort of person, bit eccentric, and he was very good at mimicry. So he could attract attention of all during the concerts. But he was a congenital kleptomaniac. So he had inherited the habit of stealing. So now They discuss about the arrangement. How will he appear for the exam? Presumably to assume or to believe you can arrange a room for it. No problem. He's in a cell on his own, so he has his own rooms, solitary cell all alone. He's there in the room. If you have no objections, he can sit the exam in there. So he can be there inside the room where he is imprisoned. That's fine. And we could easily get one of the parsons from St. Mary Max to invigilate if that's. So we'll get one priest from the church, St. Mary Max, to invigilate, to supervise. Fine, yes. So invigilator is going to be a priest. They seem to have a lot of parsons there, don't they? The two men chuckled good-naturedly. Chuckled laughed quietly. The secretary had a final thought. At least there is one thing. You shouldn't have much trouble keeping him incommunicado. Incommunicado. So he will not communicate with others. So you shouldn't have that trouble that you shouldn't allow him to communicate with others. The governor chuckled politely once more, reiterated his thanks. So again he thanked him. He repeated and slowly cradled the phone. So he kept the phone on the cradle. So he rested the phone. Evans. Now we get some more details about Evans. Evans the Brick, as the prison officers called him. So he was called as Evans the Brick. Why he was called Evans the Brick? Because thrice he had escaped from prison. In the past, 3 times he had escaped from prison. But for the recent wave of unrest, so in recent years, there was unrest, there was trouble, where in the maximum security establishments up north, he wouldn't now be gracing the governor's premises in Oxford. So he would not be allowed to be present at the governor's residence in Oxford. And the governor was going to make absolutely certain that he wouldn't be disgracing them. So there has been unrest. So the governor has been under pressure. So governor will see that this time he would not run away, he would not escape, and he wouldn't be disgracing the governor. Not that Evans was a real burden. It wasn't that he was really a burden, but just a persistent nagging presence. But his presence was very nagging, very troublesome, very uncomfortable. Now here he he had been all right in Oxford though. The governor would see to that, would see it personally, and besides there was just a possibility that Evans was genuinely interested in O-level German. Probably it may be to escape, but probably it may be that he is genuinely interested. He is very keen to learn O-level German, to have qualification. Just a slight possibility. Just a very slight possibility. And what slight possibility? Probably he may be very keen to learn. At 8:30 p.m. on Monday, 7th June, Ivan's German teacher shook him by the hand in the heavily guarded recreational block just across from D Wing. So now, here the teacher tells him, Guten Glück. So what does it mean, Guten Glück? Guten Glück means good luck in German language. Herr Evans. So Mr. Evans, good luck. Pardon, repeat. So when you want somebody to repeat, I said good luck. Good luck for tomorrow because tomorrow you are going to appear. Who has said this? German teacher has said. Oh, thanks, sir. Danke schön. So in German language, what does it mean? Thank you very much. Danke schön. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. You haven't a cat in hell chance of getting through. So you are not able to achieve through, of course, but I may surprise everybody. So what is that? You won't have a chance to get through. You won't have a chance to escape. or you won't have a chance to get through the examination? That's the question. And who is this German teacher? Is his accomplice or really a German teacher? That's again a question. At 8:30, so that's the suspense in this story. At 8:30 the following morning, he once had a visitor, two visitors, in fact. And he tucked his grubby string vest into his equally grubby trousers and stood up from his bunk, smiling cheerfully. Morning, Mr. Jackson, this is indeed an honor. So here he says good morning to Mr. Jackson, and he says it's really an honor to appear for this kind of exam. So here we have come across some words like grubby. Grubby means what? Dirty. So grubby, dirty string vest into his equally grubby trousers, very dirty trousers. He pushed inside his vest that trousers and stood up from his bunk. So stood up from his bed there, bunk there. So here bunk is usually narrow bed attached to the wall, and he smiled cheerfully and just greeted Mr. Jackson. Good morning. Thank you. Goodbye.